Hi, I'm Alan Dale with Gale Force Winds, and it is so exciting to be here in conversation at Central Minex 2024. Thank you to our good friends at Calibre for bringing everybody together for this conversation. True thought leaders in the room today. One thing that I really enjoy is a good collaboration between government, industry, and academia. So without further ado, why don't you introduce yourself? Tell us what you do.
So my name is Janelle Skeard, and as of about 2 weeks ago, I am the Director of Industry Innovation at the College of the North Atlantic. So what you're talking about is exactly what we try to do. We try to bring together all kinds of stakeholders to solve, some fairly complex problems, especially in the mining industry.
Right, so Director of Industry Innovation. The sound of that makes it like that you're in tune with industry's needs and you're trying to provide that academic solution all the time, developing the workforce of tomorrow. Am I right?
That is a very great summary of what we do, and I'd be more than happy to give you a little synopsis of something really cool that we've been working on lately.
I want to hear about it. That's what I came for.
So we've been hearing a lot from industry that one of the issues that they're, not only experiencing now, but anticipate in the next 5 to 10 plus years is a shortage of skilled workers, around different occupations in mining. And there are a lot of different reasons for that, but one that we've heard of anecdotally is that kids and, high school students, they don't necessarily see mining as a valuable or viable or interesting career option. So we've actually partnered with Calibre and with Brilliant Labs, and we started what I've informally dubbed the Future Miners Initiative. And basically what we do is we go into different schools and we just kind of put that out there. We say, people don't really see mining, as a viable career. And one of the things is that, there's a lot of accessibility issues sometimes, and what we want to encourage in the industry is that lens of equity, diversity, inclusion, and accessibility. So we put that out there for students and we say, here's some possible diagnoses. What kind of possible workplace adjustments could you come up with technology-wise or idea-wise that could help get people into the mining workforce? So, for example, we talked about ADHD, and some of the symptoms there had to do with, some memory issues or not being able to focus very well for long periods of time. And what one group of students actually came up with was this sort of companion buddy that a heavy equipment operator could put on their dashboard when they get into the equipment in the morning, and they would tell the little buddy what they need to do during the day, and then over the course of the next several hours, that little companion will speak back to them and just check in, make sure that they've accomplished all the tasks that they need to. But at the same time, it'll also remind them to, drink your water, take your breaks, do those kinds of things. So that's one really cool thing that I was super impressed with.
That's incredible, right? So you've taken the challenge that was in the industry, put it in the hands of the students, almost like a hackathon, that ideation, that creativity to spark their interest in this industry.
Yeah, and it's not just that, it's a dual purpose, right? Because it also brings the technology into focus as well, because kids these days are more adept at technology than I would have ever been when I was their age. They eat, sleep, read this stuff, and so their capacity to just come up with these really cool ideas is amazing, right? And this has been, informally dubbed the gray tsunami in mining, right? Just knowing that over the next few years, the workforce is going to turn over in a very major way. And we don't necessarily have new kids and new students who are interested in mining to come in and do the training and actually join that workforce. And a lot of it, from what we hear, is because students they think of mining as still being, the older guy who's underground with the headlamp hacking away at rocks. But what mining is today is very, very digital. It's very different than that. So just making students aware and having that connection, I'm hoping that in the next 5 or so years, we're going to see a huge impact of actually running that program in the schools.
Well, I got to tell you, it does sound fascinating. One thing that I am pulling out of this entire trade show is there's so much opportunity across the board. And what a great way to introduce that opportunity to students, like sparking their minds in it. Talk to me about, so those ideas will eventually create courses, a learning sort of pathway for the students. And it's true experiential learning that they're going to be a part of. So important right now.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And, that's also a big component of what CNA does. We've actually just put in place a new director of work integrated learning, and it's all built on that idea of, giving students direct experience. And I think that there's definitely potential for the mining industry to be able to do that well. But what we also need to think about too is that it's not necessarily the students who are already in post-secondary, right? It's also about reaching kids when they're in junior high and high school, and when they're making those decisions about what they're going to be doing I mean, maybe even the rest of their lives. So we're definitely keen to work with industry and see what ideas they have as well, right? To get students out there and actually solve some problems and get a little bit more exposure to what mining really is.
The colleges are great, right? Because they can move with agility and respond to industry needs and then stay in conversation with industry as the programs play out. It's like they work hand in glove together. And I think the colleges also have great relationships with funding partners and the like, and they have access to different funding paths that maybe industry don't. It's win-win all around.
Absolutely. And I think that what we're seeing more than ever is that these are, these are complex issues that require complex, innovative, multidisciplinary solutions where you have several stakeholders at that table having that conversation, working together to see what we can all sort of put in there to just solve the problem, right? And I think that's really where CNA shines, is those relationships and being able to, call our contact at NRC, be able to call our contacts at ACOA, and see what's available out there, and then maybe see how we can make it work with our community stakeholders, our industry stakeholders, and us as the educational and academic stakeholder.
Thanks very much for being in conversation with us. I have to tell you that I really do enjoy your vision for where this is going, and there's little doubt in my mind that you're going to be successful. On behalf of your partner, here's a Caliber ball cap for you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.